As the day slowly loosens its grip and the noise of the world begins to fade into a distant hush, allow yourself to settle into this quiet moment where nothing is demanded of you and nothing needs to be proven, where you can simply exist, gently breathing, gently releasing, gently returning to the steady rhythm of your own heart. Let your shoulders soften, let your thoughts drift like leaves upon still water, and notice how even now, in this very moment, you are being held by a presence far greater than your worries, a presence that has never once turned away from you, even in your most uncertain hours. There is no need to carry the full weight of this day any longer. Every conversation that lingered too long, every decision that felt too heavy, every silent ache that followed you through the hours, all of it can be laid down here, quietly and without resistance. You are not alone in the things you have felt, even if it seemed that way in the middle of it all. There has always been a gentle awareness surrounding you, a watchful love that understands not only what you have done, but what you have endured, what you have hoped for, and what you have silently feared. God sees the parts of you that no one else notices, the quiet exhaustion behind your smile, the questions that never found their way into words, the longing for peace that sometimes feels just out of reach. And yet, even in those moments, His presence has not wavered. It has remained steady, patient, and tender, like a calm light that never flickers, even when the world around you feels uncertain. Take a slow breath now, and as you exhale, imagine releasing everything that has tightened your chest or clouded your mind. You do not have to solve everything tonight. You do not have to understand everything tonight. There is a sacred permission in this moment to simply rest, to trust that what you cannot carry, God already holds with perfect strength and perfect care. There is a quiet kind of mercy in the way this moment unfolds, a gentle invitation to come as you are, without pretense, without striving, without the need to impress or explain. You are welcome here not because of what you have achieved, but because of who you are, deeply known and deeply loved. There is no part of your story that is too complicated, no feeling too heavy, no thought too scattered. Everything about you is seen, and still you are embraced. Let your heart begin to slow, like the evening settling over a quiet landscape, where the hurried movements of the day give way to stillness. In this stillness, you may begin to notice something subtle yet powerful, a sense of being accompanied, a sense that you are not navigating this life on your own, even when it feels that way. God's presence is not distant or reserved for extraordinary moments. It is here, in the quiet, in the ordinary, in the spaces where you finally allow yourself to be still. If there is anxiety lingering in your thoughts, gently place it into God's care, not as something you must force away, but as something you are allowed to release. If there is sadness resting in your heart, let it be known without fear, trusting that it is received with compassion, not judgment. If there is weariness in your body, allow it to sink into rest, knowing that you do not need to earn peace. It is already being offered to you. There is a deep kindness in the way God meets you here, not rushing you, not correcting you, not asking you to be anything other than honest. Even your silence is understood. Even your sighs are heard. Even the things you cannot articulate are gently gathered into His care. As you continue to breathe slowly, let your awareness shift from the noise of the day to the quiet assurance that you are safe in this moment. Safe not because everything is perfect, but because you are held by something unshakable, something faithful, something that does not depend on circumstances to remain steady. You are allowed to rest now. You are allowed to loosen your grip on the things that have felt out of control. You are allowed to trust that even in the unseen places, even in the unanswered questions, there is a quiet work unfolding, guided by wisdom far beyond your own. Let your mind soften, your body ease, and your heart open just enough to receive the calm that is already surrounding you. There is no rush. There is no pressure, only this gentle moment where you are seen, where you are known, and where you are deeply, unconditionally loved. As this quiet deepens and the stillness becomes more familiar, allow your heart to lean more fully into trust. Not a forced or hurried trust, but a slow and unfolding surrender, like the way night gradually embraces the day without struggle or resistance. There is a sacred invitation here to release not only the weight of today, but also the uncertainties of tomorrow, the questions about what lies ahead, and the quiet concerns that sometimes rise when you think about the future. You do not have to carry tomorrow tonight. You do not have to solve what has not yet arrived. There is a gentle wisdom in letting the future remain where it belongs, in hands far more capable than your own. God's care is not limited to this moment. It extends beyond what you can see, beyond what you can plan, beyond what you can control. Even now there is a path being prepared, even if it is not yet visible to you. If there are people on your heart, loved ones whose lives and struggles weigh gently on your thoughts, place them into God's care as well. You are not responsible for holding everything together for everyone. There is a deeper love at work, one that watches over them with the same tenderness and attention that surrounds you now. You can rest, knowing that they too are seen, they too are known, and they too are held. Let your breathing remain slow and steady, each inhale drawing in a quiet sense of peace, each exhale releasing whatever tension still lingers. There is nothing you need to fix in this moment. There is nothing you need to prove. There is only this gentle surrender where your heart begins to trust that it is safe to let go. Sometimes the hardest thing is not carrying the weight, but setting it down, allowing yourself to believe that you do not have to manage everything alone. Yet here, in this quiet space, you are reminded that you were never meant to. There has always been a faithful presence walking beside you, even in the moments when you felt most alone, even in the seasons when clarity seemed distant. There is a quiet strength in surrender, a deep and steady peace that comes not from having all the answers, but from knowing that you are held by one who does. And as you allow yourself to rest in that truth, something within you begins to soften, something within you begins to trust again, not because everything is certain, but because the one who holds your life is constant. Let your thoughts drift gently without trying to control them, like clouds passing through a vast and open sky. You do not need to hold on to every thought. You do not need to follow every worry. You can let them pass, returning your attention to the quiet assurance that you are safe, you are loved, and you are not alone. If there is fear within you, offer it gently without resistance. If there is uncertainty, place it into God's care. If there is hope, even a small and fragile hope, allow it to rest here, protected and nurtured. Nothing you bring is too small, and nothing is too great. As your body begins to grow heavier with rest, let that feeling be a reminder that you are allowed to let go, allowed to sink into peace, allowed to trust that the night can hold you without harm. There is a quiet covering over you, a presence that does not sleep, a watchful care that remains steady through every hour. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Your life is not unfolding without purpose, even in the moments that feel uncertain or incomplete. There is a quiet, faithful love guiding you step by step, even when the path is not fully clear. Allow your heart to rest in that love now, without needing to fully understand it, without needing to explain it. Simply receive it, like a gentle warmth that surrounds you, like a calm that settles deep within you, like a quiet assurance that everything you have placed into God's hands is safe. And as you continue to rest, let a soft confidence take root within you, a peaceful knowing that you are cared for, that you are guided, that you are never alone. Let that knowing carry you gently into stillness, into rest, into a quiet and steady peace that remains even as the world fades into silence.